Yo, what is going on? It's Spectre here. Welcome back to another video. So today, I'm going to be telling you guys some mistakes you should avoid if you are new to this game. Now, I see plenty of new players every single day, whether it be in public lobbies, friends, or just people I just, see ask for help in the Discord server. So there are plenty of new people, and a lot of you guys may not know about some of these things that you should be doing, and you might be doing some of these things wrong at the same time. So yeah. Before this video begins, make sure to like, subscribe. I'm trying to hit 5K in the next couple of months or as soon as possible. It's going to mean the world to me if you guys would go down there and hit the sub button. Link to my Discord server is down in the description below if you want to go join that. Anyways, let's get straight into this. Alright guys, so the first thing we're going to be talking about is pulling on banners that you don't need to. And the reason I did this video now is because of a banner just like this. This is a terrible banner. This is literally like an update 1, update 2 banner. We got Arima, Levi, besides Jotaro being on here, this is a very terrible banner. Including the standard banner. It's a Madara banner, bro. So we got a unit from update 0. We have an update 0 unit here, we have an update 2 unit here, and then this is of course a later update. But yeah, you get what I'm saying. This is a bad banner, and I guarantee a lot of new people who just joined the game in this past hour or are going to continue to join the game are going to be like, wow, this banner looks stacked. I want this. So please make sure to either ask the Discord whether you should pull on this banner, ask anybody you know who plays this game whether you should pull on this banner, look at tier lists, look at, the wiki. Just do not, you just make sure, if you're new, to get some confirmation that you should pull on these banners. Because, this is not a banner you would want to pull on. Another thing that goes hand in hand with the banners are gems. As you can see, I'm really low on gems, mainly because I've been buying the Madoka items every day. I've been buying these grief seeds, and I stopped because they cost way too much per day. And I don't really need them anymore since I'm not grinding the portals, and I already have the units I want to evolved. But yeah, save your gems. You are going to need them. And this goes for anybody. Doesn't matter what level you are. Doesn't matter if you're end game, mid game, or just started. Save your gems. Now we're going to be going over each kind of level in terms of when you started playing. Like if you just started, if you're mid game, or you're late game. So if you're early game, you're going to want to pull. You're going to want to pull on any of these banners. And that is a common thing. I see new players pulling on terrible banners all the time. I've seen people I know pull on terrible banners and try and get a unit, and they're not going to get it because either it's not featured, or it's not on the sides here. So yeah, wait for a good banner. Save your gems. If you're early game, save for a decent banner. And characters you really want to be going for are characters that can hit air enemies, because once you get into Hollow World, which is like, I don't know, like the 4th, 5th map, 7th map, my bad, the 7th map in the game is Hollow World, and you will start to get air enemies here. From this map and forward, you will start to get air enemies, and you need hill units, you need hybrid units to hit those air enemies, and not every unit is hill or a hybrid. If you're new to the game and you don't know how to differentiate between a unit being hill or a hybrid, I'll give 2 examples right now. This Esdeath, but yeah, this Esdeath. Now, you can see it says ground here. Now, some of these units actually can turn hybrid in their later upgrades. A perfect example of this would be Escanor. He starts off as ground, but once you upgrade him to his final move, he turns hybrid and hits airs. But as a starting player, you want to get a pure air enemy, so a pure hill unit like Metal Knight, where it says hill right here, or a hybrid unit like Toshiro. This is just an example. You can only get him from trading now. He was from a winter event. But units that say hybrid or hill are units that you're going to want to go for. But there actually are not many just pure hybrid units in the game, and I think you even have to evolve Toshiro to get him to be hybrid. So go for hill units. Surprisingly, is a pretty decent heal unit. He's a multi-hit. You know, he's kind of from the older updates, and he takes a lot to evolve. But you really don't, you won't probably need to evolve him. I mean, if you want to, go for it. But generally speaking, you probably don't actually have to evolve him. But if he's on the banner, like main banner, you might want to pull for him because he's heal. And he also is a multi-hit, which is great because so you'll be able to break shields easily. Now, another unit that is very accessible to new players and who also hits airs because he's hybrid is Erwin. Erwin is a summoning unit, and as you can see, he's hybrid, and he's also a legendary. So he's very, very easy to get. If you don't watch anime and you don't know what he actually looks like, because this is a skin, this is the actual unit image. This is what he looks like. So if you see him on this standard banner in this legendary slot right here, and you have up to 2k gems, which I think is Mythic Pity with or Legendary Pity with VIP. I don't know what it is without VIP. But Legendary Pity is 50 pulls. So I think it's like 2k gems for VIP users. So he's on the banner and you have a decent amount of gems, and you just want to go for him only, go for him. Because he's very, very good throughout the game. He is a buffer, he summons, and he hits airs. So he's a very accessible early game hybrid unit. Moving on to mid and late game on why you should save your gems. You can kind of take some tips from the early game stages. If you don't have like many air units, you might want to start getting like hybrid and hill units and stuff and kind of stocking up on those. But if you're a late game player, you probably already have a lot of those. And for late game, you just want to save your gems for the new updates, of course. Always save your gems. Pull for who you want on the first couple of days of the new updates. Whenever a new update drops, they usually when a new update comes, units from the update are usually boosted on the new banners. I'm pretty sure Scripts and Stray purposely put them on the new banners so you can get them pretty easily. And whenever a new update comes out, the banner, when you load into the game after maintenance is finished, will always be a new character. So if you want to pull for any characters, do it on the first couple days of the update. So for example, like if you want Luffy, pull for Luffy. You want Law, pull for Law, stuff like that. There will always be new meta characters that you're gonna want to save up for, either for tournament or just to have. So if you're late game, I see a lot of people waste their gems. Please save your gems. Now, another thing I want to talk about is mainly for, actually this goes for like everybody, and this is stat cubes. Now, let's say we go on to my Metal Knight, and I don't have 100% worthiness. I'm not gonna reroll his stats because I don't have 100% worthiness. Now, some people might argue that you don't need 100% worthiness to get good stuff, but that's not always true, because it's very, very hard to get good things with a 0 worthiness, and those things are boosted if you have 100% worthiness. So just do not re-roll your stats unless you have at least, I'd say, maybe 85% worthiness if you're really impatient. And another thing with these stat cubes, as you can see, I have S damage on him. If I go to my S death, I have SSS SBA on her. So I'm not gonna re-roll all my stats, because that would get rid of my SBA. And yes, I know this seems like basic, like duh, you wouldn't roll, but some people actually do this. Some people get SSS stats and they re-roll because not all the stats are good. So what I'm trying to say is, do not waste stat cubes. Do not re-roll if you have good stats already. And if you do have good stats and you do want to get better stats on your units, then you can go ahead and go to some random fodder mythic unit. Like, example, Haku. Like, you want to reroll stats, but you don't want to, reroll a good trait or a good stat on one of the units you want to roll on. Reroll on a different unit and try and get a good stat on them, and then transfer that stat. Alright? And then people are probably getting this video and they want to see like what game passes they should buy and stuff. Now, if you have any questions about game passes, I'll be going over that now. VIP is the best game pass in this entire game, and it is super beneficial, and you do want this. It's cheap as hell for what it gives, and this is literally the only game pass you need to buy if you are willing to spend some money on the game. VIP makes it so you get 20% off summons, which is insane. and you get a rainbow name tag, which doesn't really matter. I mean, that really doesn't matter. They say there's more coming soon, but that's cap because it's been like this since update 0. So again, you don't need unit storage. If you want it, go for it. You definitely do not need shiny hunter, but if you want it, go for it. And display units are the last thing you'll probably get. They are cool, I guess. You don't need them though. So yeah, that's for game passes. And another thing when spending is the battle pass. The battle pass is crazy good. If there are two things you're going to buy in this game, it is going to be VIP and the battle pass. The battle pass resets like every 30 days, so every month pretty much, and you get so much out of it. For starters, you get a hell of a lot of gems. Like, I mean a lot. Like, look at the amount of gems you get. You get 250 per thing, and if you have premium, that means you're getting 500 gems per tier. Like, or sorry, there's 750 down here, and there's 250 up here, so you're getting 1,000 gems if you have premium, which is crazy. Plus, you get these mythic units right here. They usually aren't good. Charmy's okay, she's a slow, and we don't know about this dude. I forgot his name. Like, some of the units are okay, but again, they're still mythic units, and they're still going to outperform most legendaries. So, the battle passes are crazy. Plus, you get reroll tokens. You do not want to spend these on legendary units or these battle pass units. Do not reroll on them. Save up for when you get a really good unit you want to reroll on. You get gold, you get stat cubes, you get the fruit capsules, which will help you evolve units, you get curse fingers, we'll be going over that next. So yeah, you get a lot for battle passes. And they're super easy to do, you just have to AFK them. Like, literally just go into, the best method for farming them is going into Shiganshina, this right here. Do Shiganshina infinite until you lose or weigh 50. Shiganshina produces the most enemies per waves, and it's really, really easy. And it's the best method for farming battle pass currencies or the XP. Also, something I have not been doing, but you definitely want to do is do your dailies. You get a lot of battle pass XP from it. You get 500. That's a free tier, so do that. And yeah, that's battle pass. Next, like I said, we're gonna be going over curse. You do not always want to curse your units. Please listen to me on this. Cursing your units seems great. It is all RNG, bro. We'll take my Esdeath, for example. This is a pretty, it's a pretty meh. You know, it's not bad, but it's not amazing. But, you know, it's an okay curse. You wanna know how long it took me to get this? It took me around like 40 curse tokens to get this. A mediocre curse. It's called curses for a reason. Curse your unit to gain power at a cost. It's completely RNG. There are chances that you'll get a good curse. I don't really have an example. Most of my curses are just mediocre, but there's a chance you get a good curse. And then there's a chance you get a curse like this, which is pretty bad. That's pretty damn bad. That's pretty damn bad. So do not curse your units unless you have a lot of the tokens or these fingers saved up. I can make a part 2 of this video if you guys want me to, even though there aren't many things to cover. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. See you next video. Peace.